Welcome to my YouTube channel, and this is Ricky Sambo. In this lesson we want to revise geography paper 2, which was written in 2019 under internal candidates. Okay, so we want to deal with this paper. Okay, so now when you look at section A, that has to do with Zambia. So now you look at the first question, which is study figure 1 inset of Zambia. So meaning that there is a map which is inserted in the question paper. So we can look at the map which we've been asked to look at. So okay, so this is the map that we are asked to. So when you look at the map very carefully, so you can look at the map very carefully, that number one, we have a key here. So we have a key here. So this is the key. And then we have the area. You can look at the area. So this area is represented in the key to be the forest area. And then so we have two forests. So this forest here, and then we have another forest which is B. We have a railway way, so a railway from Livingstone to the area. And then apart from that, we have the river. So we have this river, which is Kafue River. And then we have towns. So towns, we have Chipata, and another town given, Livingstone. It is another town which is given. And then we have the lakes, which is Lake Tanganyika and Lake Mweru there. Now when we look at the question, which is the first one, let us see the first question. Let's see the first question. So the first question is, name in the space provided below figure 1 forest area A and any one forest plantation found in area B. So we want to look at those two questions, and then we are supposed to answer them in the map given. So there is a space on the map there. So if we can find the map so that we can look at it. Yes, so we have forest area A. So now when you look at A, what is this forest called? So this forest, you'd find that it is a forest where they plant plants. So this area is known as Mulobezi. So this one is Mulobezi. Okay, so another forest plantation found in area B. So we are looking at area B. So area B, when you look at it very carefully, this is the copper belt. And then they've told us to say, can you kindly at least you name the forests that are found in area B. So what do we call those areas which are found in area B, which are forests? So number one, we can give an example of Chichele. So Chichele is one of them. And then apart from Chichele, we have Chati. It is a forest which is found on the copper belt. And then another one we can give Ilitimpe. So that is another one. Okay, so now let us go back to the question 2, because we are done with question 1. So question 2, name 1 the type of wood obtained from Zambian exotic plantation. So first of all, what you have to understand is exotic. So exotic plantation, we are looking at those plantations that are planted by man. So this has to do with man. And then we can look at those types of wood obtained from exotic trees. For example, Chichere plantation, what type of wood can we find there? So the type is, number one, it is a soft wood. So soft wood, or others may say soft timber, or we can say soft wood. So soft wood, or we can say soft timber. Okay, so let us move to the second one, which is indigenous. So indigenous meaning these are naturally grown. So they are naturally grown. These are plants or forests which are naturally grown. So they are referred to as hard timber. Hard timber or hard wood. So that is the difference between the two. Exotic trees, they are soft wood, and then indigenous, they are hard wood. And then let us look at what advantages do exotic trees have over the indigenous. So meaning that we have to look at what are those advantages that comes with exotic trees over indigenous. So those we can come up with the advantages. So now the marks here will guide us because there is 4 marks there. So meaning that we have to come up with at least 4 points. So number one, we are looking at the advantages of exotic trees over indigenous trees. So number one, we can say that the exotic trees, so they grow tall. They grow tall and straight. They grow tall and straight. That is the first one. So meaning that because of that they have high value. So because of that they have high value. And then that is the first one. And then the second one, we can say they grow fast. So they grow fast. So they grow fast than indigenous trees. Now, if they grow very fast, we can say the years, we can state the years, it is about 25 to 30 years. Then the tree becomes mature and it is ready for market. So you'll find that indigenous trees, for them to mature, it can even take more than 50 years. Okay, so the other point that we can give there, because they are soft wood or soft timber, meaning that it is very easy to work on them. So soft timber make it easy to work on them. That is another one. Let us look at the other one. Okay, so they can grow easily. They can grow easily from seeds in a nursery. So you can start a nursery, then you can plant them. So we can even add another one. We can say they are lighter. They are lighter, meaning that it is very easy to carry. So they are lighter, which is very easy for them to carry, unlike indigenous trees. Okay, so these were the answers needed on question 1C. Okay, let us look at D. How do the location of people make use of indigenous forest near them? So we are looking at the importance of indigenous forests to the local people, or to the people around that's around the forest. So we are looking at the benefits of indigenous forests. So number one, we are saying that this is a source. This is a source of fuel. So it is a source of fuel. E.g., we can give an example of number one, charcoal. And then let us move to the second one. So the second one, we are saying that they are provided. So they are provided with food. They are provided with food. So we can give examples. So examples, we have fruits, and then not only fruits, but also we can give an example of mushroom. And then apart from that, even vegetables. So vegetables are gotten from these forests, which are indigenous. And then apart from that, others, they get traditional medicine from these forests. And then we can give another one. Okay, so they provide a grazing, so a grazing ground for their animals, Okay, we can put another one so that we provide answers. And then apart from that, they provide also they contribute to they can be referred to as windbreakers. So windbreakers. Okay, so these were the answers needed on question 1. Okay, so we can move to question 2. So let us move to question 2, which is explain the advantage of road and railway transport as means of transporting passengers and goods. So we are looking at 2 modes of transport. So number 1, road, and then number 2, railway transport. So these comes with advantages. So these 2 types of transportation comes with advantages. So these are the advantages that we are going to look at. Okay, so the advantages that we are going to look at. So we can look at these advantages. So meaning that we are looking at B there. B, the advantages of road and railway. So number 1, we can say motor vehicles are able to take passengers and goods to their particular destinations. So that is the first one. Let us look at the second one. So road transport is flexible. Road transport is flexible. And then the other one is so motor vehicles are owned by individuals. Okay, so because they are owned by individuals who are free to use them at any given time. Okay, so let us move and look at the disadvantages of road. So the disadvantages of road. So we are looking at demerits or disadvantages now of road. Okay, so number one, we can say they cause a lot of pollution. So they cause a lot of pollution to those cars that are smoking, then they pollute the air. So apart from that, we are saying that they cause a lot of accidents. So they cause a lot of accidents. And then apart from that, we are saying that vehicles, so vehicles carry limited passengers. So they carry limited passengers. Okay, so that is the disadvantage. Okay, so we can move to the next question. So we can quickly move to the next question. So the next question is, what are the disadvantages of using road and rail transport? Okay, we've looked at this, so we can quickly move to the other question, which is question 3. So question 3, which province in Zambia are well served with hydroelectric power, hydroelectricity, and why? So we want to know and see what are those. Now, what are those? Number one, we can give an example of places. Let us look at which places in Zambia are well served with hydroelectricity and why. So let us look at the first one. Obviously, it is Lusaka. So Lusaka, not only Lusaka, but also Copperbelt. Not only Copperbelt, but also Central Province. Not only Central, but also Southern Province. Southern Province. Now, to find the reasons, or to find out the reasons why, number one, we can say, so Copperbelt is supplied because of copper. So in the industries, they require huge capacity of electricity, which makes them to be supplied. So that is the first one we can say. So Copperbelt is given much because of industries. Because of industries, those are copper copper industries. And then apart from that, we are saying that also a mine in Kabwe. So a mine in Kabwe where zinc is produced. So that's why they are supplied with a lot of power. And then apart from that, Lusaka, we are saying that manufacturing industries. So because of those manufacturing industries which needs a lot of power, so that's why it is supplied with a lot of power in those areas. And then apart from that, we are saying that also Central Province, because this is a farming area. So this is a farming area. So for farming also they are supplied so as for irrigation. And then Southern Province also it has a plantation and other industries which makes it a priority in terms of supplying of electricity. So those are some of the reasons to why these areas are given electricity. And then we can move. Name any 4 forms of energy the other provinces use. What limitation do these other forms of energy have? So let us name these 4 energy or 4 forms of energy. So number 1, obviously we know that the first one it is firewood. So the first one is firewood, or we can say charcoal. So charcoal in rural areas they use this form of energy. So we can give an example of Luapula and maybe Northern Province. And then not only that, but other rural areas that are found in different places, they use charcoal as one of the forms of energy. And then number 2, we are saying that biogas. So biogas, it is another form of energy which is used. And then number 3, we are saying that solar is another form of energy which is used. So you find that solar energy, even in towns, they use this form of energy. And then number 4, we're looking at wind. So wind is another form of energy, more especially in farm areas, they use this type of or this form of energy. And then the other energy that we can give is geothermal. So they get heat from the earth. So that is geothermal. And then when we look at now limitations. So limitations, we can look at number 1, charcoal can cause, so the first one, so charcoal can cause deforestation. So that is a limitation. So deforestation. And then not only deforestation, but also charcoal burning can also lead to desertification. So desertification, this is where now an area becomes a desert because it is bare. So desertification is also and then apart from that we can say by burning, meaning that also pollution is what is being produced. So pollution is also a factor. And then let us move to the second one, which is a biogas there. So when we look at biogas, we are saying that biogas technology is involved. So technology is involved, meaning that it is also expensive. Others may not even afford. So we are saying that technology is involved, which makes which makes it difficult. And then apart from that, we can say many people will not will not accept to use their toilets because they lack knowledge, so they may not understand this. So because of that, you'd find that they will not allow people to use their toilets. So let us see. Okay, we create some space. Apart from that, the other one, because we are looking at biogas there, the other one under biogas, we are saying that the scale of producing biogas is very low. So the scale of producing biogas is also low, meaning that is another limitation. So we are saying that scale of producing is very low. Okay, so that is, and then let us move to the other one, which is solar. So we can move to the third one. Yes, the third one, which is solar. So the third one, which is solar. So the limitation of solar, we are saying that yes, energy can be produced, but we are saying energy cannot be produced when there are clouds. So energy cannot be produced when there are clouds. So now, because of this, we are saying that during rain season, so we experience difficulties. And then not only that, winter, when the sun does not come out, then obviously that becomes a limitation. So apart from that, the other one that we can look at under solar, we are saying that this cannot be produced at night. So meaning that solar energy cannot be produced at night. So this becomes a challenge, or at night. So that becomes a challenge. So that is what we mean when we say solar. So let us move to the fourth one there. On the fourth one, we have wind. So the limitation of using wind as a form of energy. So wind, just by the word itself, wind. So wind is air in motion. Now, if at all, if we don't have wind, then obviously power will not be generated. So if there is no wind, so if there is no wind blowing, then no energy will be produced. So this is the fourth one we are looking at. And then the other one under wind, we are saying that so most areas in the country, you'd find that they do not experience this because wind is very low. So wind is very low, such that the turbines will have difficulties in rotating. So when the turbines have difficulties in rotating, then it becomes impossible for energy to be produced. So apart from that, the other one that we can look at, it is geothermal. So geothermal, the fifth one. So geothermal, number one, we are saying that most of the times, looking at the area, Zambia experiences summer rainfall, and then apart from that, we are saying that in winter there would be no water to percolate. There will be no water to percolate through the crack and be heated. So that is another challenge. That is another problem that comes with this type of or this form of energy. So we are saying that Zambia experience summer rainfall. So in winter, there would be no water. There would be no water to percolate. So to percolate through the cracks and be heated. Okay, so that is one of them, and then the other, we can write it here. So the other one, okay, so the other one, apart from that one, we are saying that also technology is involved here. So because technology is involved, you find that it becomes difficult for mere people to use this form of energy. So technology is mostly needed for people to use this form of energy. So we are saying that technology is involved. So technology is involved, which makes it difficult for other people to use it. Okay, so that is the case. Okay, we can move to the next question, which is question 4. We can move to question 4. So, name 2 crops grown by subsistence farmers in Western Province. So when we say subsistence farming, or subsistence meaning that growing of crops or keeping of animals or birds for domestic consumption, that is what we mean when we say subsistence farming. Now we are looking at crops because they've stated crops here. Now what are those crops that are grown in Western Province? So there are many crops that are grown in Western Province. Number one, you can give an example of maize. So maize is one of them. And then not only that, we can give an example, pumpkin. And then apart from pumpkin, we can give another cassava. And then apart from cassava, also rice. So rice is also grown, and then beans is also grown. So you can choose. So you can choose one of the answers given. Explain how the physical environment influences the farming types practiced in various parts of Western Province. So those factors that influences, so physical factors that influences. So you can give an example of types of farming that are done in these areas. So the first one that we can give, okay, so the first one that we can give there, it is, so Letaba is one of the examples that we can give there. Okay, so we are saying that the first one is Letaba. So Letaba, we are saying this is a method of farming which is practiced in Western Province. So now this one, Letaba, it is done in shallow depressed plains where you have a shallow, so a shallow area, or those areas that are shallowed, then the method which is used is Letaba. So you'd find that crops may be planted in June, and then after being planted in June, they can be harvested in November. Okay, so we are saying that shallow depressions of plain. And then we are saying that crops, so crops are planted. Crops are planted in June and harvested. So they are harvested in November. Okay, apart from that, we are saying that the other one is Matema. So Matema is another type. So now this one, it is done in plateaus. So this one is done in plateau. So we can say a plateau is an high flat land. So high flat land, it is a plateau. So Letaba, it is done in shallow depression, but Matema is done in a plateau. So where soil we have, where there is sandy, or soil is sandy, and then infertile areas. So infertile areas, so when they discover that this land is infertile, and then they can use Matema. So Matema, what they do is, Matema, it means to cut. So Matema means to cut. So meaning that they cut branches of trees. After cutting them, then those are dried up, then they are bent. When they are bent, those ashes are used to improve the soil. So the first thing what they do is they cut. So cutting of branches and wet until they dry up and they are bent. Ashes are used to improve soil. So that is what is done. And then the other one, it is what we call Mazulu. So Mazulu is another. So now under Mazulu, we are saying that this one is done now on a fertile land. So this is done on a fertile land. So on a fertile land. So here you'd find that mounds are made. So mounds are made, and then they are raised above water. So they are raised above water. So you'd find that planting of crops is done. So when they plant of crops is done in November. And harvest in March. So they plant in November and then they harvest in March. So those are the answers needed on question 2. Okay, so let us move to we are looking at this question. Explain how the physical environment influences farming type practiced in various parts of Western province. So the other one, how have the traditional agriculture system in Zambia led to soil improvement? So how this has led to soil improvement. So number one is, we are saying that once they clear the land, so once the land is cleared, you'd find that once the land is cleared, and then after that, you'd find that they'll burn. After burning those branches that are cut, and then that ashes is used to improve the soil. So that is what we mean when we say one of them. So we can say the other one, it is traditional cultivation method. So traditional cultivation method. So is where people they shift. Once they see that the land becomes infertile, then they move to another area. And then we are saying that non-sustainable methods also. So non-sustainable methods, they also contribute. And then the other one we can say, so deforestation. So deforestation meaning that cutting of trees for farming. Example that we can give is Chitemene system. Okay, we can move to the other question. So how is the soil conserved for sustainable agriculture in Zambia? So how soil is conserved? Number one, soil is conserved by crop rotation. So crop rotation also, it helps to conserve the soil. So let us clear so that we can have some space. Okay, so if you are new to this channel, you can subscribe so that you'll be getting updates when videos are posted. Okay, so if you are learning also, you can leave a comment in comment section. So we are saying that the first one that we can give there is the use of organic manure. So the use of organic manure, because organic manure will not destroy soil. So will not destroy soil. So the other one, we are saying that the other one we said crop rotation. So crop rotation. So crop rotation also contributes, or it improves soil fertility. So crop rotation improves soil fertility. Okay, apart from that, we are saying that the other one, it is the use of or plantation of trees. So trees plantation also improves the soil. And then apart from that, we can give another example that we can give so that soil can be improved is cover crop. So that is the other one. So these are methods which can be used in order to conserve soil. So we can move to the other question. We can move to the next question. Okay, let us move to section B. So section B, so when we look at section B, we are looking at Zimbabwe. So this is the sub-region. So we are looking at Zimbabwe here. So in the space provided below, name co-produced areas A and B and iron and steel producing center C. So let us look at the map. So we can look at the map. Okay, so we have the map there. So we have the map. We set it properly. So okay, so we have Harare there, and then we have Mutare there, and then Gweru, we have Bulawayo. So these are areas. So we have area A, and then we have area B there. So now co-producing area A. So we want to know the area which is produced there. So the area is Awage. So that is the area which is a co-field. So this is a co-field there. And then the other one, it is this area B. So area B is West Sabi co-field. Okay, so and then the other one, which is iron and steel producing center C. So where is center C? So this is where we find center C. So center C, that is now the red cliff. So the red cliff. Okay, so it means that we've answered the questions which we are needed to answer. Okay, so let us move to B. What are the main iron and steel products produced at center C? So center C, now we are looking at those which are produced. So what are those? Number one, so we are looking at number one, we have steel pipe. So steel pipe. So steel pipes are produced. And then not only that, what else apart from steel pipe? And then we have round bars. So round bars that are used for construction. And then apart from round bars, we also have deformed bars. Deformed bars are produced. And then let us move to question C. What are the negative effects of coal mining and usage on the miners and the local people and the environment? So there are three. So we have miners, and then we have local people, and then we have the environment there. So this is 1, and then this is 2, this is 3. Now we'll start with the first one here. So the first one is what we are looking at. Okay, so number one, we are saying that coal gas, so coal gas burns with explosions, and burns mines and burns miners to death. So it can lead to death. And then the other one, we are saying that lung diseases. So lung diseases, or we can say expiratory diseases. So expiratory diseases to miners. And then the other one, we are saying that so because of open pits which are flooded are a threat to animals and people. And then not only that, what else apart from that? We are saying that the other thing is the use of explosives during mining can cause house cracks. And then what else apart from that? And then relocation of people, so relocation of people. And then apart from that, what can be the other one? So prostitution. So prostitution increases because of miners, young girls who devote themselves to prostitution so that they can have money. So with miners. And then apart from that, we can also plants. So plants and animals will be lost. Okay, so we can move. Regarding petroleum refining in Angola. So petroleum refining in Angola. So petroleum refining in Angola. So this question, why was pipeline chosen as the mean of transport to other countries in the sub-region? So we want to find the reason. So the reason number one is that it is the cheapest. So it is the cheapest mode of transport. And then the other one, it is safe, or it is safer. And then apart from that, and then constant supply with the pipe. And then apart from that, what else? So it is easy to carry. So easy to carry. So that's why there is use of pipeline. So explain how petroleum is refined and state the major products obtained from refining of petroleum. So we are looking at the steps. So number one, we are saying that petroleum is refined by a process known as fractional distillation. So fractional distillation is used to purify or to refine petroleum. And then apart from that, we are saying that so we can say we can use this space. So crude oil, so crude petroleum, is subjected to high temperature. So about 300 degrees Celsius. And then apart from that, we are saying that various, we can give an example of hydrocarbon. So hydrocarbon boil at different temperature. So by different temperature, you find that those other substances that are found in crude oil petroleum, they will leave. That's why there is a use of a fractional distillation there. And then let us look at those chemicals that are produced now, those that are produced from them. So major products, we are saying that chemicals. And then what else apart from that? So we have petrol. And then apart from petrol, we have jet fuel. And then apart from jet fuel, paraffin. And then apart from paraffin, also diesel is produced. Okay, let us move to C. What are the main use of refined petroleum products? So the use of these products, number one, you find that to drive motor vehicles. And then the other one is aircrafts, in aircrafts. And then the other one, heaters or boilers. Okay. Another one, we are saying that the other use is that byproducts are used in other products, such as plastics, and then rubbers also are produced. Okay, so that is, we are done with that question. So we can move to the other question, which is explain how water, road, and rail transport in the sub-region have been influenced by physical features. So physical features, number one, we are saying that presence of waterfalls. So waterfall and rapid has resulted in situations where only sections of rivers are used for navigation. Okay, so that is on the first one, we say the physical feature. So physical feature, we are looking at the water bodies there. And then apart from that, we have huge mountains which has resulted into development of few roads. So mountains which has led to few roads. And then apart from that, we can say because of the land, so railway are not used because of highlands. Okay, so apart from that, we can look at climate now. So under climate, we are saying that heavy rainfall, which makes it difficult, so difficult for road construction. And then apart from that, we can look at so rivers, this one. So we can say rivers at or near the equator have regular flow of water, which makes it difficult for transport, which makes it difficult for transport. Okay, so we can move to C. So we create some space. Okay, so we are looking at now, which is natural vegetation. So thick forests. So thick forests makes thick forests, so makes it difficult to clear. It becomes expensive. And then the other one, we are saying that apart from that, we are saying that low grassland so low grassland makes it easy for road construction. Okay, so those were the answers needed on this question.